Welcome everybody to Es Todo, to another episode with my boy Alex Diaz.
There you go, brother.
Alex Diaz.
Hello, everyone.
So, this time around, bro, like I know the last episode we were talking a lot about, I guess conspiracy theories, right? And I think I forgot to say the last time that this is for entertainment purposes. Yeah. Right? Take everything with a grain of salt. There are truths in the world that are 100% truth, and there are truths in the world that we choose to say they're true. But are they really true?
Speaking of conspiracies, have you heard the buzz that's been going around with the Ryan Garcia guy, the boxer?
Nah, you were trying to show me something earlier. What's cracking on that?
Again, viewer discretion advised.
Down, they made me watch little kids get. I don't give a fuck anymore. They fucking took me to the fucking woods, bro, and they fucking tied. I'm not fucking joking, bro. I have fucking proof, bro. I don't give a fuck. Bro, I fucking will show you every fucking video you could ever fucking believe. Bohemian Grove is real. They fucking tied me down, and they made me fucking watch, dog. I absolutely don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck, bro. They me. I was 2 years old. They yes, I fucking lost it. They're little kids.
He doesn't want to take us all, so let's go. Come on, Ryan. He doesn't want to take us.
Come on, fuck this guy, dude. Bro, fuck this dude, dude.
Who?
Bro, you know the higher elites, bro. You already know who they are, bro.
You know the path you're going down is dangerous, my friend.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. They can't touch me. I'm a god.
I care about you a lot, and I can assure you from my own personal experience that they can touch you. Well, bro, my door gets kicked in if I say what I'm thinking. You know there's going to be people who believe you're just saying this because you've, I don't know, had a mental breakdown or taken drugs and you're repeating some of the things you've said on the internet.
Of course they're going to want that, and I have all the information possible. The right time I'm going to release all of it, but they're already calling me to tell me to stop. I don't give a fuck, dude. They can't stop me because they listen to the devil. I listen to God. God gave me authority. It's over for everybody, bro.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to expose everybody.
Ryan, to be honest with you, I believe that she's got your best interest at heart.
Okay, I get that, but I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm trying to really stop every fucking devil worshiping bitch.
I was given a book to read back in 2003, which was called Children of the Matrix by David Icke. And he kind of like basically breaks down all the stuff that the elites do, right? Like how we say 9/11 was an inside job and all these things, right? Back in 2003, like that, what he's talking about, all that stuff has been going on for thousands of years, right? I mean, there's people that are taking advantage of kids, taking advantage of, we seen all this stuff like during the pandemic, right? With the Hollywood right?
Yeah.
So the whole Pizzagate thing, like all this stuff, like there's a lot of weird stuff going on, bro. Everything he's saying, like I know whoever's talking to him is like, I'm listening to him and he's just saying like, oh man, don't you think they're going to say something about, blah. He don't care because it's, my dude, it's already out there already now. You know what I mean? Like people know.
Okay, my thing is this, right? He has a fight coming up as well. Like, how, do you think it's a publicity stunt or? You think it's just genuine?
It could be, but at the same time, I think it might be genuine too. Maybe it's his heart tugging at him, saying, "Hey, look, these are the things that happened to me, and I want to bring this to light right now. Now that people actually that know who I am, and I want to bring it out now, right?"
Because I don't know if you caught it, but he said he not only did they tie him down and make him watch, but when he was 2 years old, he was a victim himself of something of that nature. You know what I mean? So it's like, you think, I mean, obviously, to make a lot of this shit he was saying was vulgar, and I think in order to say some shit like that, it has to come from some, you know what I mean? Like, you got to have some type of revenge, some type of, like,
not only
truth
that,
to
like,
it. So, like, you know what I mean?
It's I mean, I've, like, going back to like I'm saying, like the book that I read, right? There was whistleblowers. There was people that were saying, like, dude, they were basically bred into this. Like, they were born into that, basically enslaved to do weird stuff. I just want to say that I don't want to be vulgar and like totally bring everything down,
yeah.
but it's like we understand what it is, right? Trafficking, right? All the, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff, like people getting taken at a certain age, but imagine being born into it where you don't even have a social security number, right? You're just given away for this to go through these weird things.
It's a sad reality, bro.
Yeah.
It's a sad reality we're going through.
But that's the crazy deep side of it, right? Like, because people look at conspiracies like an iceberg, right? Like you see the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg might just be, you know, right? I don't know. 9/11 was an inside job, UFOs, Bigfoot, stuff like that. And then the deeper you start going, right? Then you start going into dark web stuff. You start going into the elites, bloodlines, all these different things. Like people going, you know, just scary stuff. Scary stuff. Really, it is.
When they say 9/11 was an inside job, bro, what if it wasn't our government truly, but our government tied to another government, or maybe our government controlled by another government, by, you know what I mean, compromised from within, type shit. Like example, quote unquote, if the Mossad, I don't know if you guys know who the Mossad is. It's kind of like the CIA, but I'm not gonna say where. They were popular. Like, what if, for example, the inside job was them, type stuff? Like, I don't know if have you like it all ties into I guess you can say the Pizzagate to the Epstein Island, like all that ties in together to, I guess you can say, blackmail and politicians getting blackmailed to be obviously control our government from within by another government. You get what I mean? Or another governing body.
Well, it's levels to it, right? Like we're gonna say, oh, it was George Bush, it was the United States government,
but truly it was. You get what I mean?
But it was for another. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like it's just like a group within a group,
like
right?
Obviously, a current.
It's like, for instance, if you watch a movie like Captain America: Winter Soldier, that movie, they're using a lot of stuff that happens in real life, right? So basically, they're trying to say that Hydra, which was like the Nazis, right? Back in when when we fought the Germans in the war, right? They're saying that at that time they took scientists, right, from the Nazis to help us, like, basically get to the moon and help us with science and help us with all that, right?
Operation Paperclip.
So yeah, Operation Paperclip. So basically what they're saying is, like in the movie, is that Hydra never died. Hydra just was in the background, right? Using the U.S. government, using patriotism for their goal, which is to take over the world, right? And so that's kind of the whole thing of the New World Order, right? Is they're trying to take over the world within different branches, right? It's like back in the day when communism was, everybody was scared because they didn't know who. Maybe there was like infiltrators, right? Yeah. And then so what ends up happening is, if you have those group of people that's there, right? Hydra in the movie, Hail Hydra, right? They have their own little salutes, they have their own little handshakes, they have their own little things, and it's kind of that's basically they're telling you the truth within the movie, right? Whether it's a paranoia thing, like, oh, let's take from actual things that have happened, right? That people are paranoid about. But it's not even paranoia. It's like there's actual things that are going on within branches that we don't know. Yeah. You can have an organization, an entity that's got a group of good apples, and you got a group of bad apples, right? Yeah. So it's agendas. It's their own agendas. There's probably times where they don't, even though they're family, they get into it. They go to war
within themselves, among themselves.
And then who ends up being collateral damage? All of us, right? Our soldiers, our family, our loved ones. That's why even stuff like that, when it comes to patriotism, like even the whole patriotism thing, right? It's like, who are you fighting for? You're fighting for your backyard, right? But then they turn it into, no, we're fighting for our country. We're talking about human beings losing lives. You know what I mean?
I do, but I feel like, bro, every American has patriotism in them.
No, yeah. I mean, but what I'm saying is,
Mario,
we do
like this. You're Hispanic, bro. You're Mexican, bro. You got so much patriotism and you don't even know.
No, of course, yeah. But I'm saying, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but they use that. Right? Because they're like, well, you're not just fighting for your country. You're fighting for your own backyard. You're fighting for your own people that are in your neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
But the sad part is the thing is that it might not even be that we are doing that. We might be doing it for the oil. We might be doing, and that's the messed up
the
part.
propaganda behind it. Yeah, I get what you're spitting.
Yeah, so it's messed up, dude. You know, because again, like that's the part that gets me mad. That's the part that gets me angry, especially when it comes to like agendas and like even like I mean your mom and your brother or whoever are fighting because maybe your mom has more conservative views and is like, I'm voting for this person. And then your brother's talking about, that guy's a psycho and I'm going to vote for these people because this is who I'm going for. When in reality, the agenda has nothing to do to better the society that we're in. It's just to make their pockets bigger, right? To help themselves.
Kind of like two doors to the same room.
Yeah, we're fighting each other, but they look like they're fighting each other because they're in the movie, right? They're on TV showing us like, oh, they're going against each other, but then behind closed doors, they're just shaking hands. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about the ratings. It's all about all that stuff, and then that's what kind of ruins everything, right? It ruins everything. It ruins us moving forward in life and society and helping us with just even speaking of drugs and diseases and like, right, we can get rid of certain diseases, but instead they want to give you this pill instead of saying, hey, do this over here, maybe work out and go for walks and get some sunlight and do all this stuff, and instead that they're trying to kill us because they want to give us drugs.
Do some diet, do some fasting.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So whistleblowers back in the day, you would hear on the radio, AM radio at 3:00 in the morning, or you would read a book and you would read about it, and they're whistleblowers because they don't want to say who they are, right? Because they're scared. Now this guy is like literally out in the forefront, and he's like saying, "Yo, this is the stuff that's going down, Bohemian Grove, blah blah blah." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people, if you don't know what the whole Bohemian Grove thing is basically just a group of members, the elites. Whatever you would think the elites, billionaires, actors, singers, they all get together in the woods and perform.
Theory, guys, remember.
And perform weird rituals that who knows what they're doing, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy theory, guys.
I mean, it's a conspiracy theory. It's for entertainment purposes, right? More like again, it's not fact, but this is from what we hear is that these people are getting together, doing weird stuff,
weird shit.
People that you would never think would even hang out are hanging out together,
motherfuckers. Right?
So it's like even going into the presidents, bro, like. The presidents, I don't know how many presidents have actually have blood ties to, the kings and queens of England.
Bro, I just remember seeing a video, bro. She was probably like a middle schooler, and she did an experiment on how a lot of bloodlines kind of intertwined and tied together from obviously the kings of Britain and England or whatever, and up to the presidents of the United States.
Yeah, and so there's an even bigger conspiracy theory than that goes down to it, where they talk about how there's these beings, these reptilian beings that are actually the ones controlling the world, and the reason why they're so obsessed with bloodlines is because they can actually like take control of their bodies, like an exorcism, basically. Right? And that's crazy. That's scary to think all that, right? But hey. Yeah. I think about what happens in exorcisms, right? You have a demonic spirit trying to get into the body of some random person, whoever it is, right? Lord, Father, hopefully that never happens to us, right? Yeah, cross yourself, right? But, I mean, think about it. If there was some genetically potent bloodline that they're able to control these people, right? Maybe speak through them while they're having speeches, sing through them while they're on stage singing, right? Like, right, they're doing all these things to persuade the human beings, us, right? Us as regular citizens of the world, whatever, right? To influence us through these people. So imagine that, like, these beings actually are have already taken over the world a long time ago, and they've been here for thousands of years, but they're able to control the masses through this bloodline, and that's why they're so obsessed with the bloodlines.
That's deep, bro.
Yeah.
That's deep. Who's the bloodlines?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The bloodlines are, right, all these elites, the presidents, kings and queens and whoever. And if it's always gone through no matter what, because they're pushing, getting, more and more power, more and more. We're giving up away our freedoms more and more, all these different things, right? And again, this is not my idea. I didn't come up with this. This is just, right, conspiracy theory. Yeah. So anyways, that's the crazy part, right? Is that you can think of like aliens and demons and all these things that are basically connected, and you don't even think about it. You don't even realize it, that they're connected. I actually was just looking into that Hollow Earth theory. How there was like some sinkhole that showed up in China, that big old sinkhole, and then there's literally like another, pretty much like another world down there. Trees. There were scientists saying there's probably like species that they haven't even been like found yet. You know what I mean? That have, we don't even know exist.
I believe it. Supposedly, we don't know nothing about oceans.
Yeah, even the oceans. I think that sometimes there's weird things that happen even in the oceans. I know there was some gentleman, I think it was some scientist that was out in a, what do you call it, like a submarine, deep in, I believe it was like the Caribbean. And when he went down there, he found basically like a, what?
The Bermuda Triangle.
No, not the Bermuda Triangle. He found a lake under the water, under the ocean. But that's something that happens. Like, you could literally look it up, lakes under the ocean.
Like the lagoon in SpongeBob.
Yeah. So it's weird, right? Because he was like literally bouncing on it, right? He was bouncing on that lake underwater.
That's above so.
And I don't want to say that 100%, but I think dude like died like right after that, like not so far like after that. He found that place.
How did he die?
He found that lake underwater.
How did he die?
Huh?
How did he die?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it.
That's how a lot of them go out.
Yeah.
Like the dude who ran his car around across America on water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died too.
Yeah, because, imagine if everybody knew, like, hey, we can just run our car on water. Why do we have to have gasoline?
Well, you see now they're making hydrogen powered vehicles. Well, they've been out forever, but now they're looking to become mainstream, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is you have some kind of technology that actually works, but it's, can we make money? Can we make profit off of this? Right? Imagine if I said, hey, we can have free energy in the world. I've created this this machine that just takes energy from the atmosphere, and now I'm able to power my home. Like,
Yeah.
Do you really think that?
Now they kill you.
That's what I'm saying. Supposedly there's some dude, I think he was some guy from Africa, or I'm not sure, but
Nikola
he
Tesla?
actually came up with like a technology where he's able to
Nikola Tesla?
get energy or electricity from like the atmosphere or something like that. And they're like they're trying to protect him too, because obviously, imagine that
They're gonna corrupt somebody within his organization, and they're gonna pay them to kill him. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes, bro. That's how.
Well, it was kind of like the
excuse me,
movie,
no,
the second Wakanda Forever, where they come out with this. That girl came up with the
R.P. Chadwick.
with the technology to
That's
to
sad, bro.
find the
May it rest in
vibranium
peace.
or whatever.
The vibranium in Black Panther is the same thing that was in that cube in Avengers. The Tesseract.
The cube was a Tesseract. No, the Tesseract was
It wasn't powered by the same energy.
no, Tesseract was actually had a I want to say the space stone in it. It was like basically they were able to travel to different places through the space stone. But actually breaking down the Tesseract, bro, the Tesseract is an actual thing. What the Tesseract is, if you look it up on Google, it's a depiction of the fourth dimension. Like our brains could not be able to understand the fourth dimension, but we can see a shadow of it, which is the Tesseract, which looks like a cube within a cube. Okay, so it's the fourth dimension. But what trips you out, right, in that movie, when you watch what the Tesseract does, right, it opens a portal to another universe, to like another place, which is kind of crazy because you think about space travel, but this is more of interdimensional travel, which I always feel like with a movie like the Avengers movie like that, seeing a portal open up and having aliens fly through it is kind of like telling us like the future, right? Like showing us what's going to happen, because I feel like it's not about
Come to America. Come to America, aliens.
welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth. Practice your Second Amendment.
No, but yeah, no, that like the whole thing about the portal, like that's what I feel. It's more of an interdimensional thing. Like if there are going to be aliens, they're going to be coming through interdimensionally, not through space, from space. Like that's not how they're gonna get here, basically. And I mean I have my reasons why, but I've heard people talk about that, scientists say like interdimensional beings, not space, like from other like other worlds, like other planets. They're not from other planets, but another dimension.
So do you think they're demons?
I do. I think there's a theory out there that there's a lot of people talking about how aliens are actually, that they're demons, that they're basically the fallen angels from the Bible.
You think them fools get like UFOs and shit?
Well, if you ever look at UFOs, bro, like they're always doing weird things. Like they're like, forming to different.
So you think the fallen angels became ugly like that over time, or what?
I mean, when it comes to ugly or any of that, I don't know. Maybe they're able to make themselves look like different things.
Like, I'm just talking about the stereotypical alien, right? Like the long, like big eyes.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like you think like for example, the devil supposedly was like the most beautiful angel that can sing the best and whatnot, right? Lucifer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like, for example, if aliens are demons, or if that's what a lot of people believe, you think they were beautiful at one point, and like over time they just became ugly because they became, fallen angels. They were demons, and now that's why they became like the way they look now.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Like, are they like some weird like hybrid between like angels and animals, or who knows? Because like even like in the early, let's say like the 80s and 90s, bro, they were talking about when people were being abducted, that let's say women would say that they would get pregnant and have children. Yeah, they would have babies, but they were like half human, half alien hybrids, right?
No way.
Yeah, so basically what they would do is they would abduct them, they would constantly like take them back and have them like take care of those babies, right?
So did hump them getting pregnant?
Somehow they did. I don't mean artificial, Yeah.
Insemination.
Yeah, and so
insemination. I'm an alien.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so who knows? Like, what if somehow they were recreating some kind of like human alien hybrid to create some kind of army for the future?
That's some big dog shit right there.
I mean, that's just a theory, but
that's some big dog shit though.
But imagine that.
Yeah, bro, I respect it. Okay, how can we hate on that?
And then we wouldn't know, right? We don't know if those hybrids are actual. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. Like, oh, those are aliens. Those are beings from this other world that came through, and that's how they look, right? We don't know. We don't know if that's them or the who or whatever. We don't know.
You ever met somebody and you're like, yo, like, you gotta like not have a conscience or soul.
I was hearing how there's some people that don't have like an inner voice, like like your subconscious mind. Like basically right now, right? Let's let don't even say anything, right? But I can picture something, right? I can say, "Hey, you're in a white room, right? You're in this white room. There's nothing in the white room." But then all of a sudden behind you, you see a door form out of nowhere. Like you can picture that in your brain, right? That there's people out there that can't do that.
You want to get even deeper?
Yeah.
If you're the person talking in your head, who's listening? If we think that we're the people talking in our head, like when we read a book, you think that's you, right? Like your conscience, you think that's your conscience, right? Oh, I'm reading a book.
Yeah.
So if you think that's you, who's the person listening in your head? But you don't think that's like a double entendre, like. So we think we're in our heads, that we're the inner voice, right, talking. But who's listening? Like who's that part of us listening? You think it's like good angel, bad angel?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Like, how deep would a being like that be able to do it? Right? Again, a spirit, right? It's a spirit being, right? Where can what can they do? Right? What exactly can they do? We don't know.
Yeah.
Right? We know like God, for instance, like we can say he's omnipresent. He can be everywhere all at one time.
Amen.
Right? So he's got the ability, right? We can literally not talk out loud and he can still hear us. But are these other beings, could they do that? I don't know. Right? Sometimes I think to myself, like, have you ever had an idea and all of a sudden, like a month later, that idea is like a commercial, or maybe you're humming a song and all of a sudden that song that you were humming is like like a hit, but it's not exactly the same, but it's a hit.
Yeah, I remember in the pandemic, I brought up it was like 2018, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling my mom and dad, I was like, yo, y'all think it could be a cool little business if somebody just go around and ask to clean the garbage cans? Like, how often do you guys clean the garbage can? Never? Like, probably, like, this is pretty nasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that mom was like, nah, I don't think people would pay it. I'm not even lying to you. Probably, like, within, like, 2-3 months, that shit was on the newspaper, on the Stockton record.
That somebody was doing that?
A teenager started the business.
Subconsciously, maybe, like, our brains are connected with other people, right? Like, I mean, I've read about that where we basically live on a giant hologram, right? Which I would think of it like, you know how on the Bible it says like we're creating it in the image of God.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes I think it's more like we were created in the imagination of God. Right. So if we're all in his image, if we're all on his image of this one picture, that means that we're all connected together. Right. Everything we see is interference patterns, like they're bouncing off of each other. Right. And so all those things our brains decode, and we're able to see the things we're seeing right now. But that means that we're connected. So you can be 1,000 miles away. It doesn't matter. Like, we're still connected. That's why I think about the whole thing about your thoughts. Like, you might be thinking something and then that will pop up in somebody else's brain and they might finish that thought, or it'll come out a little bit different, but they'll end up doing that thing.
Es todo.
No, going back to the hollow earth theory, also as above, so below. I seen a video of some guy drawing it, and supposedly it's like some Freemason dude. He's showing how the earth is flat, right? You have the flat plane of the continents, but there's a hole in the center, which would be at the North Pole. And then underneath our world is another world that's the upside down, kind of like in Stranger Things, right? The upside down. Also in the movie Kong versus Godzilla,
Summerland.
There's another world right on the other side. It's flipped around. It's the same but not the same. Again, as above, so below. So, but down there, he's showing that there is a black sun, right? And that black sun shines through through our continents, but it also shines through the North Pole, which is there's a hole, and what happens is that's where you get the northern lights. So you're basically seeing the light from the black sun that's on the other side, right? And I've also seen it. I don't know if you've seen this. There's people that grab the moon and all the quote unquote craters and stuff, the dark pieces of the moon is actually a reflection of our continents. So you could literally put like the map on top of like the map of the continents onto the moon, and it matches exactly the way the dark forms on the moon are. So basically, my thought process is because it's actually what you're seeing is the moon, you're seeing the actual the reflection of the black sun shining through the land and reflecting onto the firmament, and that's where you see the moon. So basically, the moon is just a reflection of our own, the flat plane. And that's where you get that song, Black Hole Sun, won't you come and wash away the rain. Man. And that's the crazy part, right, is that, I mean, if Freemason knows, that means a certain rank of a Freemason would know the truth.
Bro, did you hear about the FBI pulling credit card and merchant IDs, and they're basically pulling people who they want to know who's buying from gun stores, from Bass Pro Shops.
Really?
They want to know people who are basically kind of buying even religious stuff, anti-vaxxers.
I wonder what kind of religious stuff, though.
Like, bro, like, they did it in D.C., I think, recently. Jordan Peterson just went and talked to Congress about it.
Really?
Bro, it's probably, like, on YouTube right now.
So
yeah, bro, so what they're doing is they're pulling basically, credit card information, recent purchases, recent transactions from all merchants that are, Bass Pro Shops, gun stores, I guess religious stores, whatever you want to call it. They kind of want to see what people are spending the money on, and who they are, and they're putting them on the list, bro. You're getting put on the list, basically, like, okay, these are people who might be a danger to society, or treason, or a danger to our government, or you know what I mean?
That's weird, bro.
Yeah, bro, fuck the FBI.
Once you started talking about the FBI, the computer started tweaking out, dude.
We gotta get the fuck out of here. Honest, bro.
See, that was the whole Patriot Act thing, right? Like, I mean, even if you say something right on the phone with your friends, and you're talking about some kind of thing, right? Like, oh, president, we're gonna do this to the president, or
hey, chill out, yo.
What I'm saying is, no, but what I'm saying is, right away, boom, like there's a recording right now. Oh, the recorder's turning on.
That's enough, bro. Gonna go get your ass, Murray.
Dude, what happened, bro? What happened to your camera? Is it not the light on?
I don't know, bro. They gonna come get us. Long story short, bro, they're pulling credit card information from citizens just like you and I. They did it in D.C. Jordan Peterson went and talked to Congress, I think today, about it. And basically they want to see who's shopping where. Bass Pro Shop, ammo stores, gun stores, religious stores. They want to see what you're buying, for what, when, why, and where.
Now there's the other side to
Which
that,
is
though, because they're gonna say, well, yeah, because of all these, school shootings, mass shootings, they want to know who's doing this, who's buying that, so then that way they can figure out maybe who's gonna do the next hit. Right? There's that other side, right? Oh, you guys are just being conspiracy theorists. Sorry, I'm just getting you paranoid.
Nah, bro. You gotta get out of here, bro. Why is that? Those are motion sense lights. They shouldn't turn on. This is motion. And just turn. Yeah. That's todo. It's time to go home.
Yeah, dude. It's getting late. So yeah, but yeah, you know what, guys, appreciate you guys, everything, listening, tuning in.
Shit. It's 1 a.m, y'all.
It's gonna basically, it's right now it's spring forward, so we're gonna be going home, and it's gonna be later than what it actually feels like.
Yeah.
So, but I
One
hope
of
you
us
guys
work today, though.
enjoy. Have a good day. God bless, and we'll see you next time.
Amen.